Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of NuStrength Sugar Babes. Today we have a lovely sugar babe, Fiona. She lives about 2 hours out of Sydney. She has one child, and she's grown up now. Hey, how old is she? She's how old?
She's 6.
Only 6. Why did I think she was a teenager? We've got a few Fionas actually in the program, and mostly all the women in our program have kids. She's, as you can probably tell, from England. She's got the English accent, and she's been in the program for about 19 weeks. And you've been awesome. Like, you know, we have been discussing you're a type 1 diabetic. You've come into the program, you know, you've been really consistent with your training. You've been super consistent with your nutrition, because I guess you have to be. You've cut out all the alcohol. And yeah, you look great. Like, you can really see your body is changing now, and you're looking more muscular and looking lean. And obviously there's been all the other changes, but I'll let you talk now. So can you just tell the viewers, you know, what were the issues that you were having prior to joining the program, and why did you join? Or how are they affecting your life, I guess, the issues that you're having?
Well, you know, obviously the diabetes was number one for me, trying to control that and making sure my diet was good. You know, before the program, I went through lots of different diets, lots of binging, which was, you know, not good, drinking too much. And I was on quite a few programs where they just weren't working. I was losing weight, but then I was eating too much, and that wasn't good for me on my weight, but also my diabetes. So I discovered you guys, and then I was like, right, okay, this is what I need to do, and then contacted you, and yeah, the rest is history, as they say.
And can you talk about, you know, I guess obviously being a type 1 diabetic, you know, a lot of people out there are probably thinking, oh, well, you know, like you actually talk about your diet now. Like, what are you eating in your diet? Because you do your own diet. We don't tell you what to do. Yeah. You know, you do everything yourself. So tell the viewers what you're eating now.
Well, now I eat, you know, a lot more calories than I ever have done before. And as part of that, load of carbs, lots of fruit. I'm eating sugar, which, you know, as a diabetic in the past is, you know, I don't go to sugar. Sugar in the past was just medicine for me when I was feeling low blood sugars. And now, so I eat brownies now. I, you know, loads of potatoes. I eat sweets, not sweets, but sugar, things that contain sugar. And because it's all part of an amazing diet. So it's, you know, covers protein, carbs, fats, and at the right amount for my body. So yeah, I now, you know, I go to bed having a cup of tea and a brownie. It's amazing.
Yeah, wow. And how? Yeah.
Not the rubbish that, no, it's homemade and it's amazing. So yeah.
And I think too, you know, like we eat the liver, we eat the oysters, but you, how has it affected your diabetes? Has it been positive, negative? You know, talk about that experience.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So, you know, over the last 3 months, been really tracking my diabetic side, but also my food, and initially trying to get over the change of diet was a little bit, you know, hard, but actually once I got there and I managed my insulin and managed my intake, that was great. And yeah, so I went to my doctor last week and did my 3-monthly review, and she said my bloods were absolutely perfect and the best that they've ever been, which is phenomenal. You know, I've had diabetes for a very long time, so it can get hard to control. But yeah, it's been fantastic. So yeah, the results have been really, really positive.
Yeah, wow. And have you had to take more or less insulin with the change in diet?
Oh, much less, like half of the insulin that I was taking a few years ago. It's amazing. So with the right diet, that has, and the exercise, that's allowed me to reduce my insulin considerably. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, well, and how are you feeling? Like, what other changes have you noticed in terms of, you know, like we talk a lot about sleep, mood, digestion, energy, menstrual cycle, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. Oh, overall, it's been so good. Like, I sleep through the night. I'm a pretty happy person, but yeah, my mood's really good. You know, my skin's great. I've come off my contraception now, and I'm not having any issues with those. So yeah, and it's just it's so good. There's not not one bad thing that's happened since joining it. It's really cool.
And how many calories are you eating now a day?
I'm on 1950 now. This is the 1,000 I was having like before I joined the program. So 1950, which just recently changed, and it's so good. The food is just amazing.
You feel so much happier when you're eating real food. And, you know, you weren't a big, you know, we get lots of different types of women joining our program, some that have got a lot of weight to lose. You were small, like you said, 61 or 62 kilos. Talk about the physical changes in your body, how your body's changed.
Yeah, well, I have dropped, you know, I'm like 58 kilo or 59 kilos now, but it's more, you know, I'm a lot more toned, the muscle is coming through, you know, toned. But yeah, you know, you can see the body fat is reducing, you know, my love handles are coming down.
As your husband so nicely pointed out.
Everything's reducing, including my boobs, but no, they're still there. But no, everything's reducing, but you know, the big muscles that want to be bigger are growing, which is awesome. I love it. I love this look. You know, for me, it's like, you know what, if you spend 3 days a week, which is what we do, and it's hard training, it's progressive training, I want to look like I go to the gym and I work hard. I don't want to be skinny. I don't want to be small. I want to look fit. And I want to look healthy, you know, And, you know, that for me, you know, 10 years ago, I would have died to have been skinny, and that's what I wanted because I thought that's what everybody, you know, wanted me to look like and what I wanted to look like. I thought I'd be so happy. And, you know, I was up and down on diets, but now I'm like, no, you can keep that look. I want to be strong. I want to look strong and healthy. You know,
so good. It's so good. And you know, like, how has doing this affected your life? You know, now that you've made all these changes and you're feeling really awesome, has it had an impact on the rest of your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, the day-to-day running of the family is still crazy, but you know, I've got a much better attitude. You know, the lack of, you know, not drinking, having my weekends just to hang out with my family is really cool. You know, the gym, that when I go to the gym, I love it. I really enjoy that style of training. And yeah, just everything is got so much better from joining. I love it. It's really cool.
It's really interesting too when your doctor asked you about your fats and you know what you've been doing with it. Yeah.
All my bloods. So the main blood over the 3-month period, that's called an HbA. That was spot on. But yeah, she looked at blood, at fats, cholesterol, all the different functionality of the organs, and she said, "Wow, you know, your fat's amazing, you know, and you must be on a diet that has no fat at all." And I said, you know, and I sat there and I looked and I thought, you should have seen I'd had baked barramundi with mash and butter on the night before, and I was like, if you'd have seen my dinner, I was like, do you know what, I eat fat, but it's good fat, you know, it's not the bad shit that you get in the takeaway and the chips and all of
the polyunsaturated fat, the vegetable oils.
And it's measured, it's at the level that's right for my body. You know, I'm at the level where I know what I need to eat fat wise, and that's what I do. So I was like, no, I eat fat, it's just good fat.
Yeah, coconut oil, butter, so delicious. I love butter so much.
I think I could have fish and mashed potato or steak and jacket potato.
Same. Every night. I eat potato and butter every single night, and juice and orange juice. Like, I've eaten the same, because during the week, like, I just like to be easy. Pan-fried fish, mashed potato, butter with garlic, and then juice. I eat the same thing every night. I'm so boring.
Yeah.
It's so nice, though.
My husband says to me, what do you got tonight? I'm like, have you got that liver again? See, I like liver.
But you're English. You're English. All the bloody English love liver.
Yeah, it's cheap, isn't it? So yeah, liver, and even my daughter looks at, oh, mummy, you've got that liver again. So I have liver and mash, steak and jacket, fish and potatoes, and I was like, and my husband's like, you having any vegetables? No, I'm just having fish and potatoes. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, I love that. So good.
Oh, it's so good. That's so good. And Fiona, some of the objections that we get from women when they're thinking about joining is, number one is time. Like they say, oh, Kitty, I don't have time to invest in this program. What would you say to a woman who says she doesn't have time?
You make time. And look, I only have one child, but I work and manage everything else in my life. So I am busy. I'm not as busy as some mums. But for me, if you have a goal and you want something, you have to make time and you have to go and do it, and you stick with that. Keep that in your mind and just say, right, okay, I don't feel motivated. Well, no, just get up and do it. Just go. Just put the effort in. And you will find time. If it means going to the gym at 6 in the morning or in the weekends, or sometimes I take my daughter with me to the gym, poor little thing, and she loves it though. She did a chin up the other day. She's so strong, my daughter, at 6.
Start her young. Good work. Start her young. Yeah. Well, how many days a week do you train? How many days a week do you train? 3 days.
Just
see,
3.
Gives you time back, I reckon. No one has time to train 6-7 days a week. It's just stupid. It's just crazy.
Exactly. No. And the days that I don't train, it's like a holiday. It's like, I love training, but my days off are brilliant because you can get so much done compared to having, I was doing 3 HIIT trainings a week and then 2 weights of my own, and trying to fit it in at the weekend. And it was just like, no, it's just too much. And, you burn out, and that also stops you from reaching your goal. So it's per 3 days a week. It's the best amount of time.
Oh. And you don't feel like I used to feel guilty. Like I'd train 6-7 days a week, and if I didn't train, I'd feel guilty. Whereas now I'm just like, I have my days off, and I love having my days off from training. Like you need that recovery and that rest. And the second objection is money. So I don't know whether this is worth the investment. Do you feel like you have got value for the money you've invested?
It is a lot to invest, but for me, and we were talking about the other day, I said, the value of that investment is amazing. It's not just someone telling me what to eat. It's education about nutrition. It's education about training, the community that you get, the support from not only you guys and the trainers and the ladies online is amazing. I'm very specific about my training. I want to learn and get the best form, which I think is very important. I'm no spring chicken. I don't want injuries. So you have weekly calls. Jake, one of the trainers, I'm on his call every week. He's like, oh, hello, mate, you again. You speak more to Jake than me. I'm like, yeah.
But that's so good though, because part of you want to have a great, and this is one thing that women miss. It's like they probably look at me and go, there's heaps of women out there that are in better shape than me. I'm in pretty good shape, but it's like I've invested a lot of money and time and education into lifting, into being a good lifter. So it's like the women who get the best results in our program come to the calls. They get feedback on their lifting videos, because you want a great body, you got to be a good lifter. Like there's just no other way around it, but that's really good. But it shows, that's why you've got good results, Like every time I go to the gym, every session I video it,
perfect. Send it through every week, and then every Tuesday I'm there with Jake, and I'm like, the squat's still not there, and it just, even if there's a bit of frustration because you are on your own training, it just alleviates that. He's like, no, just move it, straight. Good old wrist, or something that helps you with your form, So the investment is, it's so worthwhile because you get so much for that investment. It's not just a case of, here's my money, now do one, go and work out. You're there every single day answering questions, and it's fantastic.
And you probably already answered the last questions and say, because a lot of women are like, I don't really know, because obviously you don't live in Brisbane or near us, or you don't never see us actually in person. But, what's it like being doing it online, and how's it structured? Because some women are like, I'm really worried about doing it online.
Oh, look, don't don't get me wrong, I would love to be with you guys and I'd come in all the time and train, but I've done the next best thing, and I speak to Jake and I get on, or April, and I have got any questions, I come through to them. And also I've connected with a few other ladies around. So I'm going to meet Shelley because she lives around the corner. We're going to train on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Shelley Bowling. Shelley Bowling. Yeah, Shelley Bowling. Yeah. She's awesome. Yeah, she's so good. I think she got a 100-kilo deadlift yesterday. I saw her post in the Facebook page. I was like, yay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so good.
So even though, yes, I would love to be around the corner from you guys, and sometimes I do feel like, I wish Jake was by my side telling me to, open my squat legs and all of that. You just, the squats, you just get on with it. And for me, also with the investment, I'm going to get every single dollar out of my investment. I don't understand, if you're gonna commit, you commit 100%. What's the point of being in part of a program where you
totally go all in? Go all in.
Yeah.
And going all in doesn't mean that you're not going to fail. It means that you go all in, you fail, and you keep going, because everyone has micro failures. It's like the women that are successful because they just pick themselves up and keep going, and they consistently take imperfect action. So you've been amazing. Sorry, you go.
There's one day, like I've said before, I've had days where, due to other factors, stress, hormones, my sugars have been awful, and I have had quite a few hypos, and I have to have sugar, extra sugar, and I sit there and it really frustrates me, but then I'm like, move on. You can't do anything about it. Don't let it stop you getting what you want and the body that you want. So just suck it up and just go, you know what, there are a lot worse things to have apart from this illness. And just go, right, that's done, dusted. Okay, today was a shit day, but tomorrow's going to be so much better. And that's it. I don't allow myself to dwell on it because, it's just not worth it.
No, totally. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's like you got to listen to your body, like we talked about, that's what your body needed at that time. So,
exactly.
And finally, if a woman was skeptical and she was sitting on the fence about doing the program, what advice would you give her?
Just do it. It is a big change. You have to trust the process. You have to let go. And a lot of, we're all here because we've all been doing the stupid diets over the last however long. So you have to trust the process. Don't get overwhelmed. Just go for it. Take your time. Don't go, oh my God, I should have been, here, and I've gone through all of this. I'm like, I should be stronger now, or I should be better.
I remember when you messaged me. But that's normal though, because, I think when you start lifting, it's like you don't realize how long it actually takes to get there unless you're actually training. I mean, even when I started first, properly lifting, it took me 18 months to get my lifts to where they were when I competed in powerlifting. So it's a real... and we're training again with this new powerlifting coach, Thomas, and I'm like, okay, sweet. I want to get my lifts. I want to get back to 200-kilo deadlift. I want to eventually nail a 100-kilo bench and a 180 rep squat. That's going to take me a long time. It's like the program that you give us, it's like this tiny little bit of weight every session you add on. So it's like even at my level, it's still, and I think you've just got to accept that this is a long game process. But the fact that the results you've got, it's actually a really short period of time in terms of your body and health, what you've achieved. You know what I mean?
The good thing also is, the longevity side of it is, I got to my 12 weeks and I didn't even notice. I didn't even know that I was at 12 weeks because for me, and this is the first program that I've not even worried about time. This isn't a time thing for me. This is now my way of life, right? So I know... when I question, should I not be stronger? Should I not be lifting 100-kilo deadlift? Should I not be doing that? You were like, it just takes time. And I was like, okay, it takes time. And then you just carry on and you just carry on. And everybody is different and everything is not linear, right? So the weight loss, the growth of muscles is very different. And so, I just keep going once forward every week and, just enjoy it. And
I think you nailed it though, because it's like once you get that to that goal, it doesn't, nothing changes. You still keep going. You know what I mean? It's like I've been really super strong and competed at a high level in powerlifting. It's like I'm still very reasonably strong, but I'm not where I was. But I just enjoy the journey. I enjoy the process of working back towards that. But when I get there, it's not as I'm going to go, okay, I'm stopping now. Like, you know, like it's just like you nailed it. It's enjoy the journey, you know, because you'll get to the 100 kilos and you'll be like, okay, nothing changed. Like it'll be great. Like it'll be a great achievement. Then you're okay. What's the next thing? What's the next goal? So yeah, I can't wait to see where you are in another 12 months time. You'll be way beyond 100 kilo deadlift by then. It'll be amazing. And I think the more consistent you are, and as you know, like you're doing everything you can. You can't ask yourself to do any more. You're showing up to the calls. You're 100% with your diet. You don't drink alcohol. You can't ask any more of yourself. So the progress is your progress, you know. But you've been really amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been great on. I look forward to carrying on, you know.
Yeah, me too. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you just want to get off the bloody stupid yo-yo diet train, you don't want to keep stuffing your face with chicken and broccoli and training 6 days a week, click on the link below, submit the application form, and you'll be able to book in and have a chat to one of my coaches who also do the program. And yeah, you can just see if it's a good fit for you and if we can actually help you get to your goal, because we're not for everyone, and that's okay. We just want to find women, you know, like Fiona, who actually genuinely want to put in the effort to learn and change and make the most out of the program. Like, I love it, people like you who just ask heaps of questions, turn up to the calls. It actually hurts my soul when people come in and they don't get to their goals. Like, it makes me actually get quite upset. I'm just like, why would you pay all this money and not do anything? It just, but anyway, I got to get over that. It's like, not everyone's going to come in and you know, but anyway, progress is progress too. Not everyone's going to be like Fiona. You can move at your own pace. You know, in our program, we've got modules now. We've broken it all down. And the thing is, slow, imperfect action is so much better than doing nothing and standing still, you know. So everyone's got to move at their own pace, and we never compare our start to someone else's middle or end. So thank you so much, Fiona, and I will see you in the program.
Awesome. Thanks,
have a good day. Bye.